moment to speak with our client. My calendar was booked off most of this morning, knowing that I had a couple cases today. So if
turn this down just for a second. We are doing a live stream of Zoom from Christian County for Antonio Attaway, whose dog died of a heat stroke from being left in a car. Video shows him putting the dog in the car around 6 a.m. The dog wasn't found until around noon and died on the sidewalk outside the car. He's had several appearances. This is just another pre-trial. Could have a deal, could go to another thing, but just wanted to live stream this for everyone.
Can you hear us and see us?
Yes, sir, I can. How are you doing today?
This is not Antonio Attaway, by the way. This is somebody else, but just keep watching and listening, and I'll kind of interject.
Your Honor, do good race and inconsistencies, so she wants me to listen to previous testimony and then talk to the officer and see exactly what the real story is, and then I can give her a different offer or change the case.
There's a footnote on the calendar about KCPC, but there's nothing in the file about that.
He was having an eval in Odd County for the KCPC, but it ended up not going anywhere, so it was a plea there.
Okay, so how far out do we need to go?
I think that's super long, just end of the month, beginning of March.
311's pretty low as far as the number of cases right now, so.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Judge.
Timothy Jenkins.
How you doing, sir? Sorry, just getting over coffee. Just look at it. Something different this time.
All right, so there seems to be some issue with Mr. Jenkins transferring to mental health court in Paducah.
I just learned of that this morning, Your Honor.
And this is my case, Judge, but I'm going to defer to my colleague as he covers the mental health docket and he knows more about this case than I do. Sir, you actually need to sign the changes.
I will, but transferring and transporting are two different things. Okay, so what's the solution? How can you get to Paducah if?
I mean, I have some friends at church that might be willing to help out whenever they can. You might know the name Timothy Niggett and Bill Booth. They're two good friends of mine, so I could definitely try on my end to get some sort of way. So.
Well, I want you to do that and come back next week and tell us how it turned out.
Your Honor, I feel pretty confident that we can figure it out.
I'm confident as well, counsel.
And Ms. Guppy, I sent you an offer because he needs to plead before we send him on his way.
Well, you all stay in touch with each other, because I want to do it next week. You talk to your friend.
Your Honor, I think Ms. Grimes has indicated that he can get transportation today to get to Paducah and Cracky County.
I thought that was a problem.
If we get an individual to take you, if we go through tax, they're not going to do it. But if I contact Mr. McGinnis and he agrees, then we can get it today or tomorrow.
Or as soon as possible, yeah.
And if you would still like to put him on the docket for next week to ensure the transfer is taking place, Your Honor,
I kind of think he wanted to plead before he would do anything.
I mean, it's mental health court, so
Can I say something?
he still needs to plead. there needs to be an adjudication, then whatever happens at the end of it, it might be dismissed if he successfully completes it, but I know they're wanting play in place.
All right, so, I mean, he's not gonna be kept in Paducah, he's just gonna have to be going back and forth. Are you gonna live over this?
I think I'm gonna live over there.
Been living there.
And honestly, the sooner the better, because things have gotten really intense at the Ark. I've been mentally attacked or verbally, so the sooner the better. It's gotten really stressful over there, so I really need this.
All right.
And I was actually, I'll mention this later, but I was actually threatened a little bit, so the sooner the better, because Terry Malcolm said he was going to knock my block off. So I talked back to him, and he called me one everything, maybe not far from who I am.
Okay, all right.
I think he knows about my move. And
All right, so,
I know everyone here is just doing their job, and I appreciate all they do.
but you say that you can arrange for him to be transported tomorrow?
His bed is available today. We initially thought PAX was.
Well, is it gonna be inpatient?
He's just transferred to, another mental health ward.
Okay,
And he'll be staying, in transitional living.
Think Hope for the Broken, he told me. I'm about to have more resources.
well, we've got to clear the hurdle of you being, having it been adjudicated first, so.
Judge, I don't mind him being sent, and then we can just do the adjudication next week, I guess. Because I think what the problem is that Christian County, the mental health program, has nothing else to offer him, and Paducah has more facilities and services. So I think that's why we're getting him there, but just procedurally, I don't want to hold anything up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue it a week, to the 18th. I think you're up to speed now, Mr. Forte. So since you're gonna be here next week, we'll try to wrap it up on that date.
Sounds good, Judge.
That means I remain Hopkinsville till next week, right?
No, you can go ahead and go over and go in the assisted living, the sober living facility. I'm going to sign the order transferring you, but you're going to have to get all this transportation arranged. You're going to have to get back here next Wednesday. You understand that?
A Zoom call may be possible. I could probably try that.
It may be, but that might complicate things. So you and Ms. Guffey, she's confident that it can be figured out, and I have confidence in her. You need to sign this motion. He needs to sign the motion for transfer.
I was just getting over this cough due to some sort of bronchial mucus. Sorry. My glasses broke a little bit. As you can see that they fell off the mail right on the flights.
Okay, so you figure out what's going on in Paducah, but be back here at 8:30 next Wednesday.
Thank you, sir.
Here.
We have an out-of-town lawyer who has to be in Louisville in a little bit. We call David Campos.
What is this?
David Campos. There's an out-of-town lawyer who needs to go have a ways. It's here for arraignment. He's out of custody.
26 for David Campos.
Good morning, Your Honor. Samina Hitch for David Campos, who is present.
It's too bad. I'm really honest. He was doing so
All right, Mr. Campos, the grand jury has indicted you in case number 26 CR 04 Ms. Hitch, can you acknowledge his identity, waive further reading, and enter a not guilty plea for him?
Yes, Your Honor, we do acknowledge the identity of Mr. Campos. Waive formal reading of the charges, reserve all motions, and enter a plea not.
All right, are there any co-defendants?
No, Your Honor.
What's the status of discovery?
It's been sent. I think it was sent to the DPA, so we'll have to get her law firm into our system and then just hit a button.
All right, suppose we schedule this out to March the 18th.
And Your Honor, may we schedule it into April? We have a very heavy trial schedule in March.
Okay? Going out that far, I hope that everybody will use their best effort to get the case resolved if it's resolvable by then.
Yes, Your Honor, we will.
All right, 4/8/26 at 8:30.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Good.
That is all we have. Thank you for calling our case.
You're welcome.
Good case.
All right, now go ahead.
All right, Lance.
Bryson Lombard.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. How do you manage it like this? And then you have a copy of this, right? Okay. That's what I don't.
All right, what about Mr. Lombard's situation?
Your Honor, we were waiting on a lab report, which prosecutors provided to me this morning. I believe we're close to a resolution. If we could put this out for about 6 weeks, Your Honor, with the intent of entering a plea.
That's the plan, Your Honor. Discovery's done, labs are in, so now it's just decision time.
Mr. Lombard, did you have a recent arrest?
Yes, sir.
What was it for?
Driving unsuspended.
It didn't involve DUI or anything like that?
It's driving on DUI suspended. It wasn't there was no like I wasn't under the influence of anything or anything like that when I was stopped. It's just the DUI suspension.
All right, what about the request to go off bond, Mr. Gilbert?
Who wants his surety want to be released, or does he just want to be left off bond? Because
No, the surety wants to be released.
well, how much?
She would call this morning. She was going to be here. Her name
Yeah.
is Rhonda Fowler. She's very sick. You can tell she's sick. She provided me with a telephone number.
Next, I'd like to hear from her, or see if anyone else wants to put up the money.
Really, what it is she was just worried that that the bond money was going to be forfeited because of my recent arrest. Like it's my ex-mother-in-law. Like she's content with it not being revoked so long as she was just worried that it was going to be forfeited. That's why she was moving for it to be whatever the term is.
We're going to continue this to the 4th of March at 8:30, so the Commonwealth can consult with the bonds person about whether she's changed her mind or not. And if she wants to go off your bond, Mr. Lombard, that could result in a warrant. So unless you can make alternative arrangements, if she does want to follow through with being relieved of her responsibilities, you need
Yes,
to stay in touch with your lawyer. Be back in court in person on March the 4th.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, it looks like you already had a court date earlier than that. You want to keep the March 4th one? We have the 25th.
Yeah, if he's already on the 25th, we'll do it then. Ms. Guffey, did you hear that?
No, sir.
He's already got a court date on the 25th, so we'll use that date. That's going to be a big day. 101 cases already. Since he's one of them, that's all right. All right, Sherry Austin. Well, we continued this to today to consolidate it with a new case, but I don't see a new case.
Should be judged. It's 26 CR 58.
Should have the. And then it's what project as well.
We'll let this run for just a little bit longer. I don't want to take everybody else's time, a lot of time, but this is just an example of court. A lot of things get pushed.
All right, you want to waive arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Things take much longer than you would think they would take.
All right, and you have these motions.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, at the time she picked up this new case, she had been clean for a year and a half. She completed the program the year long at, what was the name of it? Lifeline. At Lifeline in Owensboro, in Paducah, sorry. The impetus of this charge came about because of the impending death of her mother. The emotional state that she found herself in, and she realizes that it was a mistake. She has been in custody since November the 26th. She was granted a brief furlough to attend her mother's funeral service. She did come back as ordered. We would ask that the court consider releasing her ROR or placing her on an ankle monitor while we get this case resolved, as well as the other two that are on for sentencing. She does have a place to live and a friend by the name of Sue Matlock, who's willing to let her stay with her here in Hopkinsville.
What's the Commonwealth's position?
Because the Commonwealth is opposed to any release. She keeps picking up charges while other ones are pending. So just the three that we have before us today, in July of 2024, she pled guilty, or she was stealing her mom's lower tab. She pled guilty in August of 2024. And in September 2024, there was a burglary, and she pled guilty to that in April 2025. And then November of 2025, she picked up the latest. So we have not fully adjudicated any of these cases. Technically, the hammer clause could kick in and deciding whether to impose that. But as of now, there's no, I don't believe she can be, I think she's a risk to both herself and the community because, again, she keeps on getting charges while she's out on pretrial release.
If I could point out, it was a possession charge she did use because of the death of her mother. There's no allegation of property damage or violence. It was.
And I've lived in the house for 8 years. I didn't burglary.
What's the impact of my mother's death? The mother is fugitively the victim here. If she's no longer available to testify, does that affect the ability of the Commonwealth to go forward?
No, because in 2 of the 3 cases, guilty pleas have already been entered. It's just the most recent one where there isn't a guilty plea, but it's a possession. So I think it's fairly easy to prove without a victim.
All right.
Right, and she's been trespassed from the apartment complex.
I've lived there for 8 years.
No, from her mom's residence.
Yeah, I lived with my mom for 8 years.
And then was trespassed.
No.
Judge, there's no remorse. There's no taking accountability.
I am
just
accountable.
Please stop interrupting.
I'm sorry.
So for those reasons, Judge, we're opposed to anything.
All right, I'm going to release you on your recognizance. No drugs, alcohol, out of county travel, or new crimes. And continue this to 3/4/26 at 8:30. And I expect you all to have it worked out by then. Because I'm going to sentence on that day regardless of whether you've got 26 CR 58 wrapped up or not.
Thank you, sir.
And you need to tell the clerk what the address is where you're going to be living.
I don't understand. You have my phone? 270 Green House bathroom.
Amanda Collins.
Turn around now.
All right. Okay, 24 CR 242. This is an arraignment. The grand jury has indicted you in case number 24242. Mr. Jackson, will you acknowledge her identity, waive further reading, enter a not guilty plea, and your electronic appearance, please?
Yes, sir.
All right. What do we need to do next on her cases?
Judge, I'm not real familiar with this case. Given that it's just on for arraignment, I need a pretrial, probably 3 weeks to a month out, and we can, if we can get it resolved.
3/11/24. Officer,
Yes, sir.
there's a PV warrant, right? No bond?
I do believe so. I'm covering this for Officer.
23/194, I think.
Correct,
that's right.
Judge.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Hold on.
Yes.
Jennifer Harris.
Around.
Jennifer Harris. Oh, okay.
How are you?
All right.
I don't know where my lawyer is at.
Pardon?
My lawyer. I was supposed to give her my certificates and stuff from rehab.
Who is your lawyer?
Starts with G, one word, guy. GUI is the long word.
Judge, it's a rocket docket, so maybe different level downstairs.
LBC.
Is that, yeah. So it was sent to Ms. Adams, Ashton Adams.
Not this one, Judge.
Yes. That's what I'm going.
What's your case, Lynn?
Yes, Judge.
There's my compliance letters and certificates.
Well, what are we doing, counsel?
I believe she signed rocket docket paperwork downstairs. I just needed to get in contact with her for my last court date to ensure she still wanted to do that, and she does.
But you want to continue this?
No,
There
Judge.
should be rocket docket.
Yeah, it's a
No,
rocket
but have you talked to her about
Yes,
her?
I have. Yes, I have.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Paperwork is in the file concerning your guilty plea. Do you have any questions for Ms. Dugan before we go on?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are
sir.
you satisfied with the way your legal situation has been addressed?
Yes, sir.
If you don't want to enter this guilty plea, you don't have to. You have the option of standing trial. Do you hope to avoid the risks that go along with standing trial by signing your motion to enter this guilty plea and accepting the offer that's been negotiated with the Commonwealth?
Yes, sir.
That decision has to be voluntary. It's a personal one that can't be forced on you. It's a choice you make of your own free will because you think this is the best way to proceed by entering the plea and accepting the agreement rather than risking having a jury set your sentence should they find you guilty. So, this is why you're proceeding in this manner.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Cortese, what is the plea offer?
Thank you, Judge. In case number 26 CR 38, Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Jennifer Harris. Ms. Harris is going to enter a guilty plea to possession of controlled substance, first degree, first offense, methamphetamine, with a recommended sentence of 1 year. She'll also be entering a guilty plea to the charge of promoting contraband, first degree, with a sentence of 1 year. Those sentences to run consecutively for a total of 2 years. The Commonwealth is neutral on probation and shop probation.
All right. If that's an accurate recitation of the agreement, is your plea guilty?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Dugan, do you believe Ms. Harris's decision to plead is knowing, fully informed, and voluntary?
I do, Judge.
I agree and accept her plea of guilty, but schedule her for sentencing on the 11th day of March at 8:30. A background check must be prepared by the probation and parole office. Officer Simning, the gentleman there in the green shirt, needs to talk to you about the arrangements that must be made that will require your full cooperation for their interviewing process and any administrative steps they need to take. Failing to cooperate will result in a warrant for your arrest. Failing to appear for sentencing will implicate the hammer clause that's explained in your paperwork.
Yes, sir.
So unless you have any questions, please talk to Officer Simning before you leave the courtroom and stay in touch with your lawyer in case issues arise that necessitate her involvement.
You want
to give that paperwork to Officer Simning, or at least a copy of it. That would probably be something he could supplement your report with.
Yeah.
Stephanie Rogers.
Let me let this run for just a couple more minutes, and then I'll get off of the live stream. I'm going to keep the Zoom going for myself to playing in the background until we get
Swear the testimony you're
Antonio
about to give will be the
Attaway's,
truth, nothing but
whether
the
that's a
truth.
plea or whether they're going to move it to another case or another day.
Paperwork's been given to me documenting the plea agreement that you signed off on. Do you have any questions?
Thank you
Mr.
to
Green, about
Judge
it before we
Atkins
go
for
on?
allowing us to stream.
Are you satisfied with
this
the way your legal situation's been addressed by counsel? If
when
you
I
don't want to
get,
enter this guilty plea, you don't have to. You have the option of
resolution
standing
for
trial.
Antonio
But at
Attaway,
this
I'll put it
point
out
in
on
most
the
people's
page.
proceedings, they are trying to avoid the risks that go along with the jury trial by accepting what they consider to be a fair and reasonable offer on the part of the Commonwealth, and they feel like it's in their best interest to accept the offer rather than run the risk of going to trial, and this decision is completely voluntary. Does all of that describe your situation? All right. Listen carefully as Mr. Gilbert recites the plea agreement for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. 25 CR 700. The defendant will plead guilty to receiving stolen property over 1,000 under 10,000 with a recommended sentence of 1 year. The Commonwealth is currently withholding its probation position until the PSI, but talking to Mr. Green, we think we can do a supplemental PSI. And then Officer Simney told me what I want to know is how long she actually served And if it's a substantial amount, like I think it is, then the Commonwealth will no longer be opposed to probation. So, and I think Mr. Officer Sidney told me we can get that pretty quickly. So maybe we can get this in a matter of minutes, but that is the Commonwealth's offer, is currently withholding its recommendation until we know exactly.
Well, why are you in DOC custody?
My probation was revoked. I got arrested for this charge.
And how long is the sentence you're serving?
How long is the probation? How long is the time order?
It was 2 years and 1 day. I thought just a month. Yeah. But I've been here since August.
Yeah, so Your Honor, she'll be well board eligible next month. So I think the Commonwealth is neutral on probation at this point. But, well, either way, the offer is what it is, Your Honor.
Oh, is your plea guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Green, do you believe that Ms. Rogers' decision to plead is knowing, fully informed, and voluntary?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what do you think needs to happen? I mean, is it in her best interest to go ahead and be sentenced on this?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, I think so, Your Honor. She's almost finished her probated time. She's been in custody on this, custody since September. I think, yes, she should be sentenced.
It was in August.
Since August, I said September.
I'm in work release, so kind of involved. Coming back and forth and improving my work with you.
All right. I'm going to accept her guilty plea. So that separate sentencing waived. Sentence you to the custody of the Kentucky Department of Corrections. But I'm going to let you serve it concurrently with the time you're doing. So the downside is they could hold that against you when you're coming up for parole next month. Well, don't know what's going to happen with that. But anyway, I just think you need to get this time out of the way, one way or another. Okay. All right. Find you guilty of receiving stolen property over 1,000 but less than 10,000. Sentence you to 1 year, consistent with your plea agreement, and order that it be served concurrently with time you now serve it. Good luck.
It was just something. You should be up there. Should be able to do
Heather Williams.
All right, we'll go ahead and cut it off here. I'm going to keep watching. When Antonio Attaway comes up, we'll let you know. Thanks to Judge Atkins letting us live stream. Next case that I know of in Christian County is Gmail Tribble on July the 1st. So please stay tuned for what's going to happen in that case.